Hi guys, so today I wanted to do a video on how to apply for the NCLEX so that way you can take your state boards, and I want to touch on how to apply for the NCLEX in another state. So for those of you who don't know, I'm actually living in Arizona and moving up to Washington in about a week and a half, and so I will be taking my NCLEX up there. So I'm very familiar on how to sign up for the NCLEX and how to sign up for it in another state if you are planning on moving to another state. So first and foremost, before you apply for the NCLEX, you have to decide which state you are going to be applying to the NCLEX to. So if you're deciding to stay in your home state, then you obviously will apply to your home state. If you are maybe out of state for school, but you're going to be moving to another state to apply for the NCLEX there, then that's where you're going to want to apply. Now, one of the great things about NCLEX is some of the states are compact states, which means that if you get your license, for example, in Arizona, it is a compact state. So if I were to take my license and my boards here, I would get my license in a bunch of other states that are part of this compact agreement for the NCLEX in your RN. Unfortunately, Washington is not one of those compact states, so I am not getting my license for a compact state agreement, but that's okay. The application process was still very similar. So once you are nearing graduation, you choose the state that you want to apply to, and you're going to go onto their state board's website and you will find an application on their website. So I'm not sure if every state is the same or different. Mine, I had to actually print out the application, fill it out by hand, and mail it in. I'm not sure if some places allow you to do it online or email it in, but there is going to be an application for your state that you will have to fill out. For Washington, I had to fill it out and mail in the check for the application fee, and I believe that every other state is similar, that they will have a fee that you will have to pay, and you will have to send in a check or send in that money when you send in your application. This is something that you can do before you graduate, so just fill out your application and you will send it into your state board with a check or money for the application fee. The next step is to actually go on to Pearson VUE and apply to take the NCLEX. So this doesn't mean you're going to sign up for a day, it just means you're signing up to take the NCLEX. So you're just going to go on Pearson VUE and you'll register, create an account, you'll say which nursing school you're going to, you'll say which state you're going to apply to take the NCLEX, and it is $200 no matter what state you're applying to sign up for Pearson VUE. Again, this is not you picking your NCLEX date, it's just you signing up to take the NCLEX. The next little step that I want to throw in right here, because this is different for different states, is getting fingerprinted. So for Washington, they told me that after my application was received, they would mail me some fingerprint card for me to go in and apply for all of that and get my fingerprints done. I know for the state of Arizona, you had to send in your fingerprints with your application. So find out what your state wants. You may have to do your fingerprints before, you may be able to do them after you send in your application. It just varies, but it's very important that you find that out, because I've heard of people who have not had their fingerprints done, or their fingerprints were pending and they weren't able to take the NCLEX, or they weren't able to get their license just quite yet. So make sure you figure that out before you send in your application. So after your application is sent and you've signed up with Pearson VUE, you just wait until you graduate. So once you graduate, your school will send your state board a letter saying that you've passed nursing school and you're eligible to take the NCLEX. It varies for every school on how long this takes. I have heard some that say it takes a few days for them to send in that letter to your state board. It could take a few weeks. I think it depends on the time of year, how big your school is, how many students are graduating, etc. So once your school sends in that letter and your state board receives it, the state board will email you an authorization to test letter saying that you are authorized to test. Once you receive that form, you are able to go back onto Pearson VUE and sign up for the NCLEX and pick a date. So that is the application process for the NCLEX. I, right now, am waiting for my school to send out that letter once I graduate, so I'm not quite sure of the actual NCLEX test taking process, but I am going to do a video once I take the NCLEX on how it went and how to prepare for that day and how the actual test went. But I just wanted to do a video on the application process, so that way hopefully it helps you guys out a little bit. Alright guys, well I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you give my video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next time. Bye.